industry or service sector. And in action plan, after forecasting or prior planning, next stage is action. After planning, we go for action based upon that planning schedules. So when it starts to action planning, how the action is going, and how we need to monitor, and how that particular schedules as per that work is going, and all those things in we can see in action plan. So in that process, planning and routing after starting process, so how the works is allocating to particular departments, and how it is cyclically it is moving properly or not. Routing stage we'll see, and material control based upon materials movement according to the requirement of the departments. So whether material moving properly or not, all those things in control stage we'll see, and tool control, loading, scheduling, remainingly it will work accordingly according to the action plan. So now we'll discuss second and third phases. That is action phase and control phase. In action, okay, action phase, the work is started in the action phase. There is only one production planning activity in action phase, that is dispatching. Okay, so the main work starts from here. Till now, we whatever we planned, everything is virtual. The first phase, everything is virtual. It's not exactly will start production, but in action phase, it will start exact manufacturing. Either it is manufacturing sector or the service sector. So proper practical work start from action plan. So in here, nut and shell, if we see that only outcome is dispatching, starts from planning to dispatching, whether we are going to deliver a particular product or service to the customer. That is dispatch. So dispatching is the transition from the planning phase to action phase. It consists of actual release of detailed work authorization to the work centers. So once our planning is completed, it will goes to the higher management. The planning will be done by different departments. As I discussed in the last class, material procurement department and receiving department, in manufacturing department, again we have different departments. Example, if you take any more to hierarchy, like factory manager or CEO, chief executive, or sorry, chief operating officer. That's called COO. CEO is different, COO is different. CEO will, the role is he will execute plans according to the factory needs. CEO is different. He will be the direct contact to the end customer and factory. Okay, so that's why he's executive, CEO. So now the role here is CEO is very important when it starts to action phase. Okay, so follow up or control phase. Once the work is started in an activity, it is necessary to evaluate continuously the progress in terms of plan, so the deviation can be defected and corrected as quickly as possible. See, when we plan something, like we won't think there is no there is any obstacle will come, or we don't do those kind of calculation. We just calculate according to our methods. So okay, this fabrication can be done within 6 hours. Okay, and for this they won't put generally the shutdown time, or any damage will get happen. For that I need to keep some time. No, just simply they will keep, okay, loading for this job for the machine is 5 minutes, and machining can be done within half an hour, and unloading again 5 minutes. That's it. Total around 30 minutes they will keep. But in the actual situation, it is different. The time will be deviated according to the specific predefined time or predefined manufacturing time, because when it start suddenly, example, I started to machine one casting component. So the casting department have done the casting, and they will give to me after machining for assembly. Before assembly, I need to do some screws, some small uh, like you can say for fixture. For fixing, we need to keep holes to assemble the screws and nuts. So for that, I need to fix somewhere. When I'm doing some holes, suddenly it will get blow holes. So in that case, what I need to do, I can't keep suddenly that material into scrap, because again it required so much time for casting and curing time, again machining, and again giving to my department. So all those things we can't consider there, but when it comes to follow-up stage and controlling phase, so those kind of things we need to see. We will see generally, and based upon that, our plan slightly we have to change, and that come into the control phase. So those things we have to correct it as quickly as possible. The control phase according to the consist of again two parts. Progress reporting, it means data collection. Here, how we have to act here. The first step in progress reporting is to collect data for what is actually happening in the activity. As I said, when I'm doing this work, so what happened? So that data I need to collect. That is progress reporting. It means when the work is happening, what kind of issues happened. So that data I need to collect. Next thing is data interpretation. After the data has been collected, then it is necessary to interpret by comparing the actual performance against the plan. So once the data is collected, I have to interpret the data. Okay. So whether my predefined plan, is there any problem is going to happen? So that and this one both have to correlate and give complete write up to the hierarchy. Here, the interpretation is very important, and corrective action, expediting. If the data collected from the production unit indicates that there is a significant deviation from the plan and the plan cannot be changed, then some action must be taken to get back on plan. See, the same example, see, whatever examples I'm taking, that as already I faced in the industry. Okay, this casting example also I'm taking because I'm a technical buyer in the factory. Few components I need to buy from outside. That is customer means vendor. Vendor means cast. We don't have casting facility, so that I need to give that casting for outsourcing. So after receiving outsourcing that component, I need to give to machining for assembly. So the problem is in this expediting stage, how it will think here that um, so today afternoon to 1 o'clock, I planned for a machine. I planned for assembly that casting component, which is coming from outside, from vendor. So now problem is, so 1 o'clock it has to 12:30 I received, but I found when I starting to assemble, it is blowhole when I am doing drilling. So again, the action plan is now blowhole. There is a deviation. Again, I have to go to design department. I have to request them. Okay, sir, I have very small issue because it is under deviation. We can take acceptance from the design department. So what I need to, I can make some more extra hole, and that's process called deburring, enlarging some hole, and on that I need to put some again welding. because to cover that blowhole, I have to put some extra material. After that, I have to, after some time, like 10 minutes, I have to make again drill. So this kind of action plan, any PPC should have to resolve that extra waiting time for the next job. Okay. So the replanning, if after expediting to correct a deviation, it is found that it is impossible to perform according to the plan, it would be necessary to replan the whole method. Okay, it means, see, if my job is not completed 30 minutes in the previously correction process, I have to immediately replan, because after that my missioning, some other department people are waiting, because once I given my product to them, then only they will start. Otherwise, immediately I have to tell, so it is not possible this 30 minutes, I have to take 2 more days, because the casting component cannot be resolved now. Whatever the blowhole size I received 3 centimeter, it's not possible to do rework. So what I have to inform immediately, the PPC has to inform to next department, okay, whatever we have faced the problem, so it should not affect to another process assembly. So what they will do, they will start another work, so they will keep this as part assembly aside. So next 2 days. Okay. So this kind of replanning should be done by PPC. Okay. That's why it's like PPC is linked to all the department. They will give complete information to every department, but that's why the PPC is major role in most of the MNC companies. Small companies like small scale industry, you won't find this department, but because this small area, immediately they will inform to them, because labor is very less, 10 to 12. But if you see that big MNC, there are 300 to 400. So approaching to each and every department is very difficult. That's why they will establish the PPC in every MNC. Okay. So it may also be found that there were errors made while developing the original plan. In all such cases, replanning is necessary. This one already explained. So this is the organization of PPC department. A plant manager manufacturing, generally we call it as sometimes plant manager, or above him COO. So under the plant manager, there are different departments. Again, process engineering, factory production, production planning and control, and plant maintenance. Okay. After that, under production planning control, again different departments. Okay, material control, tool control, estimating, routing, scheduling and control, order write-up, dispatching and follow-up. See, this is not exact.
Amma,
Hello.
I better call let's go on.
312. 312.
Yes, sir.
Just mute your laptop or mobile. Okay. So this, whatever I mentioned below, 6 departments not exactly will be the same in another MNCs. I just mentioned here, these are possible departments under PPC. Okay. So one is material control. So next, tool control, estimating, routing, scheduling, control, order write-up, and dispatching and follow-up. So these people that's why they'll keep departments, but generally in small companies they'll keep normal centers or small, like 1 or 2 persons. Okay, so now as of now we discussed the functions of production planning. Now we'll see type of production or manufacturing system. Okay, if you see in any manufacturing sector or production production side, there are different type of production types. Okay, example, this pen is different kind of manufacturing process, and mouse is different, or mobile is different, or notes is different, laptop is different production system. Okay, so but how to understand which product comes under what production process? Okay, so based upon product only, the manufacturing uh, system is developed in the companies. Okay, so the mode of manufacture which may affect production planning and control system includes three main relevant factors. One is the type of production, okay, and quantities of finished products and regularity of manufacturing. Okay, see this pen manufacturing unit will be different, and Rolls-Royce car manufacturing unit is different. Okay, so this one, if you set up one line assembly, like line assembly means it is fixed. Okay, initially you need uh, polymer. I need to heat. The next one is heater. The next one is for blowing, and next one is injection molding, and finally curing, and again packing, dispatch. This is the one line assembly. But if you see Boeing flights, that is different. Okay, different automation, and different department will work, and we don't know when the problem will arise and when we need to stop. That is different set time. But here, if you find any problem when you manufacturing this pen, okay, easily you can identify. Okay, suddenly uh, uh, after pouring this balls or plastic into the injection molding, if it is not coming, you can understand there is no problem in the heater or sensor or somewhere. There you can stop, and you can open that system, and you can correct that error. But Boeing is, or different big manufacturing companies again is different, and based upon that manufacturing system, it will run. And one more factor is size of the plant. Okay, as I said, this to manufacture this kind of pen, this area is 200 square yards is enough. But if you want to make big components or big products, you need to have very big plant. Okay, where I work, that is around 250 acres. Okay, so the type of industry, the field of specialization of the plant, they are the another factors. Okay, the types of production system can be broadly grouped into three headings according to the volume of production and the regularity of manufacturing. Okay, these three is very, very important. One is job production, batch production, continuous production. Okay, if somebody wants, or somebody is going to work in the product core side, mechanical core side, they should understand these three very, very well, because if you going to work in any companies, okay, either maintenance engineer or design engineer or whatever, so these three keywords are, they should know very well. Okay, so example, if you are going to work any job production company, okay, you will be completely allocate his mind to one uh, process. Like he should be a professional in that area. Example, so we'll see examples wise all these three you will understand very clearly. But these three is very important. These keywords and understanding of these keywords very important. Job order production. In job order production is the manufacture of products to meet specific customer requirement of special orders. The quantity involved is small. The example for this, Rolls-Royce, Lamborghini, or why I'm telling this, high-end cars or high-end motors or high-end customized motor having need different capacity. Okay, I need to pull so much water from very depth area, and I have to pull up. Okay, this efficiency need more. Some other places like Uttarakhand, their water is level is different, and here is water level is different. So similar, what I'm going to say is when I'm working in my company, I receive every month around 20 different motors requirement. All the requirement is different. I can't see any single motor is same. Similarly, the cars, Rolls Royce or whatever. So all this customer based requirement products, but quantity is very less. But if you see any pen manufacturing or any other small kind of products, papers or someone, the quantity is very high. Okay, compared to this job order production, customized. So based upon customer requirements only, job order production will get run. Example, as I say, turbo generators, large engines, material handling systems, shipbuilding, and many other manufacturing activities are we have seen in Visakhapatnam, Vikrant, all these submarines. This is customized. Okay, Indian Navy need some submarine. They will order and they will get it done. But again, this same kind of ship or submarine cannot be. They won't find us again similar kind of requirement from Indian Navy. Again, after 2-3 years, again different requirement submarines they need. Again, the process again different. So this is customer based job. So when the order is to be executed only once, there is a little scope of improvement of production techniques by employing costly method studies, research, special tools or jigs and fixture. So here, if you want to optimize some process, see, few engineers generally they will get hired to any companies. I saw many IITs, NITs will join in big MNC companies, these kind of companies, especially job production companies. So after 1 or 2 months, they or 2 years, they try to shift the companies or they try to move to another research areas because they have a curiosity that whatever I studied, I want to implement in the industry. But the problem is the methods, whatever they studied, there is a little scope for improvement in that companies. So that is the reason most of they try to shift to job to another manufacturing production. There they have a huge scope to redesign the sub part or change it, optimize some process. These kind of possibilities will be there in another manufacturing process, but especially in job, it's very less. Okay. So, but if the order is repeated, tooling and jigs as well as specially designed inspection gauges should be carefully considered because the effort on production time may be considerable. Okay. So, example, right, jigs and fixture.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody tell me what is jig?
Positioning and holding device, sir.
Sorry?
For the holding of workpiece and positioning of the tool.
It will guide the tool and it will hold the
workpiece.
Yes. And fixture?
Fixture is just hold the workpiece. It doesn't guide.
Good. Who's the rule number?
311, sir. Manivan.
11. Okay, good. Okay. So the thing is here, customized product when somebody wants to make some hole. Okay. Maybe a narrow hole or for 3 mm sheet or 2 mm, 5 mm sheet, I need to make some hole. So for that, you won't find any particular jigs and fixture outside. Okay. So for that, what the companies will do, they will see the process. Okay, I need to make face texture of the sheet. So these kind of jigs and fixture will develop based upon that uh, component. But there is no guarantee that again this jigs and fixture will be used for next product, because this is customer based. So that is why whenever when they are going for any jig production, making of jigs and fixture, they need to think once and twice, because the next repeat order will not come. Okay, the amount of spending this jigs and fixture is very important. That's why most of the times they will try to give for outsourcing. I've seen one similar kind of job work which we received. So we used to make the stator and rotor. The end of the rotor, I need to keep copper plate. The copper plate thickness around I need to have a 8 mm thickness. So we don't find any suppliers to give 8 mm thickness around. The diameter is half meter. Sorry, 1.5 meter. So 1.5 meter, what I have to do? I have to buy a plate, and that plate I have to fix somewhere fixture. Okay, that fixture again I have to make that cost also I have to give to the vendor, and after that he will make. So after that, what is the issue is the company will ask me. I asked to buy only the copper sheet, the circular sheet, but you make extra money to again fixture. Yes, obviously that even nobody is giving that directly the part. I have to go from scratch. I have to make fixture. Obviously, that burden to the company, the fixture cost also I have to bear my company. So this is very important. So how much you are going to save the cost when making fixture? Is it possible any other way manufacturing process? I cannot allow this fixture cost or jigs cost to my product. Okay, because this finally affect to the product final cost. In this type of production, the products are made when orders are received from the customers. One order may be altogether different from other. I have already informed. So therefore, prior planning becomes complex. For this, you won't find any prior planning, but overall annual planning you won't find. But for project-wise planning can be done. Skilled labor is necessary to handle variety of jobs. Okay. See, if I want to present a company, okay, at least one example I'm taking one a software engineer. If I'm running a software company, I need to have 2-3 guys, small company. So if he knows only a Python, Java, 2 program is not enough now. Okay, and based upon now trend, we should know infographics, and you should know this Python, Java, and Azure by whatever the Microsoft is giving. So present trend and which is useful for him or customer, at least 2-3 extra useful software he should know. That skill labor is very, very important for this company, because we don't know whether this month we might have received Java project, or next month we'll receive a Python, or we don't know. But every time I can't hire one worker or one software employee every month. So at least if I have a person, 4-3 programming expert, so if he's having skill in that area, so I can handle in this job work. So general purpose equipment is used since it can be handled variety of jobs. The output of the shop in job production is mainly governed by plant capacity, and as soon as the load presented by coming customer orders exceeds this output, a queue of orders is formed. When immediate increase in plant capacity is impracticable, the length of the queue is a major factor governing the sales policy of such plant, and a certain amount of discrimination in order to selection may be essential. Okay, I have Apple, if any brand company, okay, what they think customers, okay. So I release the product now, maybe Apple 12 or 13. Okay. Obviously, the orders getting from different the queue is increasing in terms of orders. So based upon, even though you are maintaining the brand or whatever, that's why most of the companies now, the Flipkart, all Nokia or Geo or some mobiles or some products, what they will do, they will take the estimation orders. Say example, next month I am going to release this order, this product. Okay, so how many of your interest? So most of them, they will send their requirement. Based upon that, they will start the production facility, and once it is reached, they will release open slot and they will sell. Again, they will take 1 month time for orders taking. So these kind of semi job and job shop production is very useful for those kind of products. Okay. Characteristics of job production, job order production. Small production runs. Job order production is characterized by the manufacture of one or few numbers of single product designed and manufactured strictly to the customer's specification. The flow of materials and components between different stages of manufacture is highly discontinuous due to imbalanced operation-wise work content. So as I said, this is not line balanced production. Okay. So we may have faced some problem here. Immediately we have to stop a fabrication stage. So whatever the next preceding location, like machining, that can be used for another product or other manufacturing process. So this is not flow. Okay. Manufacturing cycle time. Relatively long delays occur at the assembly as well as at the material processing stage due to lack of materials or components, imbalanced workflow, design changes, design errors detected during manufacturing, etc. See, as I informed earlier, so if any problem happened in batch production system, you have to wait until the component comes from outside or component manufactured from inside. One situation I want to tell that in November end, we have received around, generally average production of company is 20. Immediately we received 40. So in that huge orders, we started very fast manufacturing, and in that we missed one component that can be done only casting, very big component. And the problem is, in that time we missed that component to order, and the assembly requested. Immediately we understood that we missed that. So we asked inside manufacturing department, fabricate from the steel plate or iron plate and do the machining. So whatever the amount instead of putting for casting, that around 4 times I have to spend for this inside manufacturing process, like fabrication and machining. So until that, I have to stop my final assembly, because after final assembly the customer tickets everything booked. So I have to inform to him, let's wait some time. So these kind of issues will get happen in batch production here. So design errors, so many times we used to get design errors. Instead of getting chamfering 4 mm or 5 mm, we used to get 40. How it's possible? Again, I have to go to my design department. So I have to talk to him immediately. He has to change the drawing. I have to go to my customer vendor for fabrication or do the casting. So these are arranged according to the process layout because the operations and their sequence change from product to product. As I informed, in 40 projects, 40 motors, each product design is different and each different customers. So you won't find any same product in that 40 motors or whatever. The skill required, highly skilled and versatile workers are necessary. They are expected to do work independently and display a great deal of initiative and judgment. That's why most of the batch production companies, if you ask any welder, certified welder salary, you see that around it is equal to software engineer salary, around 35 to 40,000 you will find, because he's very skilled and whatever that uh, design will come, he will mold accordingly and he will do the manufacture, do the welding. So certified welder is very plays major role in manufacturing sector because it's very high skilled labor. Next one is a batch production. Till now we discussed about job and now we'll see the batch production. Batch production is the manufacture of number of similar articles either to meet a specific order to satisfy continuous demand. When the production of the batch is terminated, the plant and equipment are available for the production is similar to the products. So previously we won't find similar product, but here we can see the similar articles or products, okay, in batch production. The characteristics of batch production: short runs. Batch production is characterized by short production runs and frequent changes in setups. And investment is also very high because if I want to make any product, I have such a big shop floor and I need to have this. The best example for this by a steel plant, Vizag steel plant. You can see that to make some uh, um, steel like sheets or rods, different diameter, different length sheets you can find. But input obviously there is a one ingot. Ingot will be, when I visited Vizag plant, if I want to see a plant, it means from raw material iron ingot to final what is happening and what I have to uh, what is their manufacturing end product. If I want to see that complete length line, I have to walk around 3 to 3.5 kilometers average. Okay, so this complete line I have to manage, because to manage this different conveyors needed, different access needed, different sensors needed. So the investment is huge. So this is the best example for that. And planning, routing and scheduling changes with the fresh batch of order. Skill of labor. Skilled labor capable of handling variety of jobs is required. And because here, if any maintenance engineer is there, okay, he's not only expertise only for understand how my conveyor is working. No, he has to understand conveyor system. He has to understand handling system, material handling system, because he is working in such a batch production. He has to see everything as a maintenance engineer. Okay. The quality of supervision. The supervisors need considerable knowledge of specific process. The amount of supervision required in batch production is lower than the job order production. In previously, if I am making some machining or some other process, if something goes wrong, have to wait again if it is small components 1 day, if it is big component 2 3 until that next preceding department has to wait. But here no, if something goes wrong, okay, in conveyor system, they'll replace immediately with procured and arranged to obtain flexibility. General purpose machines and handling equipments capable of performing variety of operation with the minimum setup times are installed according to process layout. Material handling in batch production is less as compared to job order production, because it's line you won't find much replacements. So flexibility in production schedules, disruption due to machine breakdown or absenteeism do not seriously affect production, as another machine can be used or another operator from another machine can be used. Yeah, there are different maintenance or any, if it is this machining person is not coming this day, maybe they have another person to engage their jobs. Here, there you won't need skill. Yes, they need skill labor, but it's not high. Next one is continuous production. Continuous production is the we'll take extra 8 minutes. Okay, I will close exact 2 o'clock because I started 1:10. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. The continuous production is the specialized manufacture for identical articles in which the equipment is fully engaged. The continuous production is normally associated with large quantities and high rate demand. This one, large quantities, either you see any mobiles or brushes or toothpaste or these kind of quantities, huge quantities, okay, and high rate demand. Yes, obviously they need it more. So there are many customer for these products. Okay, since identical articles are produced, the operations are repetitive. Production of auxiliary aids such as special tools, jigs and fixture, material handling system, inspection device can be used advantageously. If you made in this advantage, if you made a jigs and fixture, it will be long lasting until it get damaged, because at least maybe 10 years. If you see that any paste or brushes, I'm seeing that brush company more than 20 years. Okay, the design is same, everything, only the color is changing. Okay, the continuous production can be classified into two types. One is mass production and flow production. In mass production, a large number of identical articles are produced, but in spite of advanced mechanization and tooling, the equipment need not be specially designed for this type of article only. Both plant and equipment are flexible enough to produce other products involving same production process. If the management decides that a certain line should be discontinued, the machinery can be switched over to produce another article. Such change in policy usually does not involve a major modification in plant layout, but change in tooling may be quite possible. You see in Hyderabad, I don't know exact the place, but more knows about this place in Bangalore. In Bangalore outskirts, there are it's a very big Asia's large mass production area. Okay, so if around 50 to 1 lakh lathe machines entrepreneurs will be there. Okay, all these people are vendors for the MNCs. Okay, if you go to that area, in that shop, there they will always make product. They will do manufacture a simple product. Example, this pen manufacturing. Okay, they will make this lathe machine only the caps around 1 lakh. Okay, so again they will supply to that company. MNCs. So similarly, most of the MNCs, they have huge mass production small scale industries in that near to that area. So they will only the role of these people is they will fabricate similar kind of same product more quantity around 1000 or 2000, and until that change the design from design department, so from from company, so they'll keep on maintain the same design until so in flow production the plant is machinery and layout are primarily designed to manufacture a particular product. Flexibility in section of products for manufacture is confined to minor modification in layout or design of models. Notable examples are automobiles, engines, household machinery, chemical plants. Okay. Now I am a small manufacturer of a TVS company. So initially I used to make one component. Okay, now suddenly I received some changes. So for that I need to change my layout of plant. Okay, based upon the design. Okay, this is flow production. So a decision to switch over to a different kind of product may not only result in extensive tooling, but also basic change in layout and equipment policy, especially when special purpose machines and complex material handling systems are involved. So characteristics of mass and flow production: flow of material. The flow of material is continuous and there is a little no queuing at any stage of processing. There is no queue here. The machines and plant layout: special purpose machines are used and plant and assembly target stages are laid out on the basis of product layout. The material handling is comparatively less. Firstly, because materials move through a short distance between stages, and secondly, the material handling activity is mostly mechanized by conveyors and transfers. Once you start this production, it will give end product continuously as per the programming. Skilled labor, relatively low skilled labor is necessary, and manufacturing cycle time is very short, and quality of supervision is it's not much needed, and flexibility also very high here. So this is the relation between production planning control. So main materials, machines is the input and production activity, and the input goes to the objective what I'm going to manufacture, and based upon production plan, will go to uh, with the goods and service. It will input the both will get compared, goods and services and production plan, whether it is going accordingly or not. If any changes, modify the plan, and it will go to the controller. This MRP control will be there, one person. So he will check all those things whether my production is running properly or not as per the production plan. Okay. So only one small topic I have to check. Only one thing is left. Except that we have finished the basics, everything, and how it is running. The entire thing we have discussed in the first unit. So possibly we'll start second unit. If anything left over, I will explain next class of 10 minutes, and remaining 40 minutes we'll go for second unit. You have any doubts,
No, sir.
or you are feeling bored? Because I'm explaining with my practical experience so that you will understand when you're answering or when you go to any industries. So this, you just keep this PPT because it will useful, because I am keeping my textbook when I am working in company else, because there I have to apply my just in time all methods. So based upon that I apply. So you will understand similarly after 2-3 years. Okay. So you have any doubts? You can send a mail to me. I'll share this PPT soon.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, can you please include pictorial representation as well as any videos in the between or links so that we can understand? Today we have discussed regarding shop floor batch continuous productions. But
Okay.
if we see if we view any video or if we go through any picture, we will be having some more clarity compared to
Sure.
listening to the whole lecture as well as reading the lines. So please,
Okay.
request
That's why
from
I'm
our side
putting.
is to keep
Yeah.
some pictures
That
or share some
Yeah.
links.
Correct. Future, I will add those things also in next topics that already I planned. But here, that's why I'm telling my practical examples. How that's why it will useful. So when you are listening that examples, so future anyway, I will add those kind of things.
Okay, sir. Thank you.